Welcome to the ASTRALX Deep Dive, illuminating your path. I'm Lunaria Selene, your intuitive guide.
And I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist. We bridge celestial wisdom
To unlock your modern path, discover guiding starlight insights.
and explore powerful cosmic energies.
How do planetary transits shape your story today?
So today in this deep dive, we're really focusing and we're looking at the astrological outlook for 2025, and it's specifically tailored for you if you have that Cancer Sun and Scorpio rising placement.
Right, that's a very distinct combination, isn't it? Creates a really unique celestial blueprint.
It really does.
And our guide, our map for this exploration, is a source titled Phoenix Fire, a 2025 odyssey for Cancer Sun Scorpio rising. So it's designed, just for this specific cosmic signature.
Exactly. And our mission here is pretty straightforward, really. We want to unpack the core wisdom from this guide, help you get a real handle on the specific cosmic energies at play for you in 2025.
Yeah, understand how they might shape your own journey, your personal story. We're diving deep into what embodying these forces actually looks like.
Okay, so where do we start? The source begins with your core celestial blueprint, the archetypes it identifies for this combination.
Right. First up, there's the Lunar Oracle. Now, this connects to your Cancer Sun energy. Think deep emotional intuition, almost like you're tuned into unseen currents, memory.
It's that profound intuitive knowing, like it operates below the surface, pulling wisdom from hidden places.
Yeah,
Very connected to the collective unconscious, wouldn't you say?
totally. That Oracle energy really thrives in those depths. And then there's the face you present to the world, your Scorpio rising. The source calls this the Shadow Alchemist.
Ooh, I like that, the Shadow Alchemist. It speaks to that magnetic intensity, doesn't it? That penetrating perception.
Yeah, seeing right through things and holding that kind of unspoken power for transformation. It's like your inner depth becomes visible, almost a force field.
It's definitely intense. The ability to delve into things others might avoid, that relentless drive for truth, and crucially, the power to change yourself and your surroundings. The alchemist works with shadow to find power.
So when you blend these two potent energies, the Oracle and the Alchemist, what do you get?
Well, the source gives us a combined archetype, the deep sea phoenix.
Deep Sea Phoenix, wow.
Yeah, it suggests you're someone who can navigate the absolute deepest trenches, emotionally, psychologically, and find your power there, and then continually rise, reborn from that intensity.
So it's not about avoiding the depths at all.
Not at all. The emotional truth you find isn't just information, it's something you wield, a transformative flame. And the source has this beautiful line. It says, your vulnerability isn't weakness, it's actually your armor.
Vulnerability as armor. And silence speaks volumes. Your gaze transforms because it sees so much. That's powerful.
It really is. And this sets the stage for 2025.
Okay, so 2025, the source calls it a crucible year for you, like a melting pot.
Exactly. A period where the cosmic weather is really activating this depth axis, your Cancer Scorpio energies. It's demanding a profound integration of the intuitive oracle and the transformative alchemist.
We mean those two powerful sides fully together.
Yes. And this integration is being driven by some major planetary transits. The source maps these out quite clearly. First, let's look at Jupiter.
Okay, Jupiter, big planet, big energy.
Right. So it's in Gemini until May 25th, but then, and this is key for you, it moves into Cancer.
Into Cancer. Okay, so that hits your sun sign. How does that play out?
For your chart, Jupiter entering Cancer lights up your 11th house. That's community, groups, friends, your hopes, future visions.
Ah, the collective sphere.
Precisely. And the source uses this really cool phrase. It talks about Jupiter creating a kind of quantum entanglement.
Quantum entanglement in astrology.
Yeah, like it links your deep intuitive Cancerian, knowing that Lunar Oracle vibe directly with collective movements, with revolutionary ideas, with your tribe's aspirations.
So my inner feelings connect to bigger things happening out there.
Exactly. Your emotional intelligence gets amplified. It becomes a source of luck, of opportunity within your community. The source even mentions a possible physical sensation, like a buzzing in your palms or solar plexus.
Really? Like a signal.
Kind of. A signal calling you to share the insights your intuition is gathering with your wider circle. Your depth isn't just personal, it serves a bigger vision.
Wow. Okay. And there's a journal prompt.
Yes, to help you focus this energy.
Aha.
What collective truth am I uniquely positioned to voice? How does my depth serve the wider vision? It really pushes you to bridge that inner-outer world.
Okay, what's next?
Next up is Saturn. It's continuing its journey through Pisces, which for you is landing in your 9th house.
Ninth house. Beliefs, philosophy, higher learning, travel, meaning Saturn there sounds serious.
It is. Saturn brings its karmic gravity, its demand for structure and authenticity, so it's putting your beliefs and your search for meaning under scrutiny.
A test of faith, maybe, like this source says, for the oracle part.
Definitely. Asking if your beliefs are genuinely yours, forged in real experience. And it calls on your Shadow Alchemist side to demand an authentic philosophy, one that's not just thought up, but lived.
So it's about getting real with what you believe.
Absolutely. The source talks about this tension, almost like quantum decoherence, where old dogma dissolves versus a gravitational collapse into your solid, personal truth, shedding what isn't real for you.
That's a powerful metaphor. Does it mention physical signs, too?
It does. It points to potential tension in the shoulders and upper back, especially when you're questioning things, or maybe encountering hypocrisy that clashes with your emerging truth.
Okay, so if I feel that tension.
The recommended action is physical. Roll your shoulders back, breathe into that space, and use this affirmation. My truth is forged in my depths. I release the need for external validation. It's about physically letting go.
Got it. What else is shaping 2025?
We also need to look at Neptune in Aries. That's influencing your 6th house.
6th, daily work, routines, health, service. Neptune there sounds floaty, mixed with Aries fire.
Exactly. It infuses these very practical areas with quantum fluidity, but also that Aries impulse and pioneering spirit. It can be tricky.
How so?
Well, the source highlights how it can blur boundaries, particularly between service to others and, self-sacrifice. That's where your Shadow Alchemist discernment is vital.
Right. Need that sharp perception to choose where to focus your energy in daily life.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So you don't get dissolved or drained by Neptune's boundlessness.
Yeah.
You need to direct that Aries energy consciously.
Okay. Is there a practice for that?
Yes, a great embodiment exercise. If you feel overwhelmed or scattered in your daily stuff, stand powerfully, root down, place a hand over your womb or sacral area connecting to that Cancerian core,
Okay.
and then declare, aloud or internally, my power roots in my depths. I choose routines that transform, not deplete. Then you do 5 breath cycles.
Breath cycles.
Yeah. Inhale Cancerian calm, that nurturing, centering energy. Then exhale Scorpionic power, releasing what's not needed, directing your transformative will. It grounds the energy into your daily reality.
Okay, this is complex. What about eclipses? They're always significant.
Hugely significant in 2025 for you. We have the ongoing Aries-Libra series, yes, dealing with self-other balance, but the source pinpoints one eclipse as the absolute peak moment for your specific blueprint.
Which one?
The Scorpio total solar eclipse on March 29th.
Whoa, in Scorpio, my rising sign.
Exactly. This is the quantum leap moment the source talks about for your 2025. It happens in your first house identity, self-image, how you show up in the world.
A total solar eclipse there. That sounds intense.
It is. It demands a profound death and rebirth of who you think you are, and importantly, how you embody and wield your personal power.
Expect big shifts then.
Seismic shifts, according to the source. It's designed to shake things up, reveal hidden strengths you didn't know you had, or maybe bring up buried shadows that need releasing. Core deep-sea phoenix time.
Okay. Is there a ritual suggested?
Yes, a very specific and potent one for harnessing this eclipse energy. The new moon in Scorpio eclipse the phoenix rise.
The phoenix rise. Okay, what are the steps?
Step 1, get some black paper. Write down everything that needs to die, fears, old self-concepts, limiting beliefs.
Get it all out.
Step 2, safely burn that paper. Watch it turn to ash. That's the alchemist's fire, the death part.
Okay, release that.
Step 3, mix those ashes with soil and plant seeds, in literal seeds for a plant, or symbolic ones representing your new intentions, the new identity you want to grow.
Nurturing the new from the ashes. I like that.
In step 4, the Cancerian touch. Water those seeds with salt water, representing tears of release, cleansing, nurturing the new self, purified by deep emotion.
Wow. That's quite a ritual. Anything else, Major?
One more key player, Pluto in Aquarius. It's just dipping its toes into your 12th house initially, starting its revolutionary sweep through the subconscious.
12th house. Hidden things, self-undoing, ancestral patterns. Pluto there sounds deep.
Very deep. The source describes it like quantum tunneling. Suppressed memories, unconscious stuff, ancestral burdens might start tunneling their way to the surface, looking for release.
So things coming up from the depths.
Potentially. The somatic focus here is subtle awareness. Pay attention to those intuitive flashes, sudden insights, or even unexplained chills down your spine.
Like little signals?
Exactly. The source calls them signals from the deep unconscious, messages tunneling through from the 12th, guiding you towards what needs integrating.
It's amazing how these abstract concepts come alive. The
Yeah.
source connects this energy to real people, right?
Mhm.
Historical figures, cultural
It
examples.
does, yeah. It shows the deep-sea phoenix archetype in action. It points
Mhm.
to historical synchronicity, like Frida Kahlo and Marie Curie. The source identifies them both as potentially having Cancer Sun, Scorpio rising.
Frida Kahlo taking immense pain and turning it into that raw, powerful art, wielding her truth.
Exactly, transforming agony. And Marie Curie, the alchemist, right? Relentless focus, penetrating secrets, enduring hardship to leave a legacy. Both turn suffering into power and understanding.
That makes sense. Then cultural figures.
Yeah, Lisbeth Salander from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is mentioned. That Cancerian vulnerability hidden behind intense Scorpionic strategy and a fierce sense of justice.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Also, Florence Welch's music, that blend of emotional depth and fiery intensity. Clarice Starling's unflinching gaze in Silence of the Lambs. That Scorpio perception staring right into darkness.
Right. And the source even suggests a composite figure.
Kind of a surprising one. Amy Dunn from Gone Girl, representing the strategy, the intensity, the protection, meeting Marmee from Little Women, the deep nurturing strength. It highlights the complexity, the fusion of these energies.
Okay, so with all this intense energy, how does the source suggest navigating 2025? Does it give options?
It does. It presents three potential timelines or maybe paths you might find yourself on. Depends on where you put your focus, consciously or unconsciously. You have agency here.
Okay, path number 1.
Path 1 is called the Oracle's Revelation Timeline. This gets triggered if you really lean into that Cancerian expansion, especially after Jupiter moves into Cancer in May.
Yeah.
Focus goes to home, family, nurturing spaces, emotional security as power sources.
What might that look like?
Could be creating a real sanctuary, a healing space. Maybe writing a memoir or making art from your depths. Leading community things with your intuition. Ancestral healing could be big here too.
And there's a ritual for this path.
Yes, for the full moons in Cancer, Jan 13th, July 10th, called Ancestral Waters. You meditate with photos or heirlooms near salt water under the moonlight, thanking ancestors, releasing burdens.
Nice. What's the challenge on this path?
The source warns about potential emotional manipulation,
Right.
either using your vulnerability to control or being controlled by others. Making sure that deep emotion empowers, not manipulates. That's key.
Okay, timeline number 2.
Path 2 is the Alchemist's Forge. This was triggered by really engaging with Saturn and Pisces in your 9th house, actively dismantling old beliefs, seeking authentic meaning, not just accepting dogma.
So really questioning things. What might that lead to?
Maybe a pilgrimage or deep study that shatters illusions, creating your own personal philosophy from lived experience, teaching transformative wisdom, or even exposing hypocrisy you see in the world.
Intense. Is there an exercise for this one?
Yep, the breath of truth. You inhale Cancerian receptivity, hold Scorpio integration and discernment, then exhale forcefully with a HA, sound releasing false beliefs, like Saturn and Aries clearing things out.
Okay. And the challenge here?
Avoiding cynicism or isolation, which can happen when you deconstruct beliefs. It's important to find fellow travelers, fellow truth seekers, and crucially, maintain compassion, that Cancerian core for yourself and others during the process.
And the third potential path?
Path 3. The Phoenix and the Collective. This gets triggered by really harnessing that Scorpio eclipse energy in your first house to revolutionize your daily life, your health, your service, merging personal power with collective healing.
So taking that inner transformation outwards.
Exactly. Manifestations could be channeling energy into revolutionary wellness practices, transforming work into sacred service or activism fueled by your truth, leading collective efforts using both vulnerability and strategy, dissolving toxic routines, creating regenerative rituals instead.
Okay. Is there a prompt for this one?
A journal prompt. What daily habit drains my phoenix fire? What small, powerful act of service can ignite transformation in myself and my world? It links the personal and the collective through daily action.
Makes sense. The challenge here, burnout.
Burnout or martyrdom, yeah. With Scorpio intensity and Neptune blurring boundaries, using that Scorpio discernment to protect your energy is vital. Self-care isn't selfish here. The source says it's part of the revolution. You need it.
So wrapping it all up, what's the main invitation for 2025 from this source?
It's potent. It's basically embrace the descent, Deep Sea Phoenix. This year, especially with that Scorpio eclipse, is asking you to shed the old skin, confront your buried power, and truly rise reborn.
Learning to navigate the depths without drowning, transform without destroying your core.
Exactly. Letting the oracle feel, letting the alchemist transform, but keeping that authentic self intact. It's about wielding emotional truth as a force. Healing hidden wounds, personal, ancestral, maybe even collective.
And emerging different.
Emerging with a magnetically transformative presence. There's even a mantra the Source offers for the year.
Oh, what is it?
From the deepest trench, I rise. My vulnerability is my power, my silence, my strategy, my gaze transforms the shadows.
Wow. That captures it perfectly.
And it leads to this final thought, this provocation from the source material for you to consider. It states, quite simply, the abyss holds your power.
The abyss holds your power.
So what does that truly mean for you? What does it mean to find your greatest strength, your transformative ability? Not by trying to avoid the depths, the shadows, the intense emotions, but by diving right into them.
How might confronting your own shadows actually be the source of your power?
Exactly. How might that be the key to your transformation in 2025 and beyond? Something to really sit with.
As our cosmic journey concludes,
Dive deeper into your unique path.
request your email audio reading now.
Find the link in the description below.
Explore episode resources and links.
All details are waiting for you there. Ignite. Think. Become.
Subscribe for Starlight Insights.
Thank you for joining us.